going to come here with a bit of confidence. They played really well in their last match. It was a dominant win. So, yeah, we're going to have to play at our best. You know, like every game, this competition is so tight and the table's so tight. And I know they're sitting on the bottom of the table, but they're so close to, you know, with a couple of wins, they're so close to jumping up very quickly.
You had a good win against Mumbai. As a batting coach, you think any areas that we need to improve? Because it's going to be a crucial game at the back end of the league pitch. Any areas that we need to improve?
Well, there's always areas you can improve on, but that's sort of on a game-to-game sort of basis. But no, in general, I'm very happy where the group is at. They're all working hard on their individual aspects of their game and areas they want to get better at. But at this stage of the tournament, it's more about just sticking to what they know they do really well. And so that's been the main focus: is what have they been doing well? What are their strengths? And helping them to try and keep playing to their strengths. Yeah, but they're in a good place mentally and physically.
And Dhoni spoke about how the team had to give a lot of confidence to Shivam Dube about his maximizing his potential as well. And the team has been using him against the spinners a lot, which is his strongest suit as well. So we just explain about like how you just built up this confidence coming into the season and the kind of season he has had. Like how does Shivam Dube is feeling right now?
Well, he's a unique talent in his ability to be able to hit the ball out of the park is amazing. You know, he's got phenomenal power. We see it in practice all the time. So I think what has been really important is just the clarity of his role in the team. And maybe we didn't quite have it last year and we didn't quite have it at the start of this year. But I think particularly through Stephen Fleming and MSD, they've been very clear in the role that they see him playing and how they see him playing, you know, at his best for us. And so now I think in his mind he's just so clear about how he needs to go about playing in any situation whenever we sort of come in. Yes, it's a floating role. It sort of depends on the situation of the game, depends on who the opposition are bowling at the time and things like that. But I feel as though, and in talking to him and working with him, obviously, he just feels very clear about how he needs to go about it now, and that you know, mixed in with his unique talent and unique power is a very dangerous thing for opposition teams. So it's a, you know, again, he's in a great place. He did get a bit of a finger injury trying to take a catch in the last game, but it was great signs that he was able to, you know, come out and still bat despite that sort of finger injury. And so, fingers crossed, he'll be fine to get through the match again tomorrow.
Last match you guys did a tremendous job. So how do you feel going into the final two home games? And also you played your last three games were day games. I mean, these are professional athletes, we know, but does it still, you need to work on, you know, getting used to playing under lights again?
Well, the guys are very experienced, you know, and they'll make the adjustments from playing day games to night games, you know, very quickly and hopefully very easily. Yeah, it shouldn't be an issue, and it certainly won't be an excuse, or you know, in the team. Yeah, we've had a few day games. We're looking forward to the night match tomorrow. It's always a great atmosphere. We hope the crowd comes out in big numbers again, but no, the players will be ready to go. Take a lot of the good learnings again from the last match against Mumbai, and try and take that confidence. I think you touched on the bowling there. I feel as though the guys are working so hard. And they're just improving all the time, and that's really exciting from a coach's point of view. Is you just want to see guys that you know, are just working in just, you know, incremental improvements all the way, and so hopefully they continue to improve and continue to get better, and then they can, by the end, the back end of the tournament, the business end, they're really starting to hit their straps.
So if CSK do end up bowling second tomorrow with the dew coming in later, do you think going with three spinners, as has been the case so far, would still be the way to go, or that might be prone to change?
I don't know the answer to that question. If MSD was sitting here, maybe he could answer it a bit better than me. Look, I'm sure that's something that will be discussed. MSD and Flem will talk through every scenario like they always do, and they'll come up with what they think is the best combination. I think the blessing that we've got is we've got good depth in different departments. So if they think that we need to make a change to suit the conditions, then I think we've got some high quality talent ready to come in to play any sort of role. So let's see. I don't know the answer, is the short answer.
Mike, like Tevin, someone who's played a lot of cricket at the Basin Reserve, like completely different conditions where he plays with the wind there and now he comes. He's been an absolute bank at Chepauk in particular. He said he works a lot with you, and could you speak about like the stuff you work with him and what makes him so successful at Chepauk coming from Wellington?
He's a beauty. He's just an absolute sponge. He's come here with a great attitude. He loves. He just wants to learn and he wants to improve. He wants to embrace everything about India and about Chennai, about playing his best possible cricket for the team. He's just a great guy to have around. He's got a lot of motivation to, just to play as well as he possibly can. He thinks about the game a lot. He loves talking about the game, but again, like we've spoken about with a lot of the other guys, he just wants to keep improving, all the time. He's been wonderful for us, having that opening partnership with him and Rutu that have been so consistent, so positive. But I think, with Devon, what we've sort of talked about most is about that clarity of his role as well. And I think when he's playing his best cricket, he's not thinking about too much at all. He's just very clear in just playing what's in front of him, playing the ball that's coming down, adapting to the conditions, adapting to the different bowlers that are coming at him. And he's been doing a fantastic job, and we obviously hope it continues for the rest of the season and beyond.
You at the back, sir. Not too many games left in the league stage, and not just the top four, given how tight the table is. Where in top four do you finish? Is that a conversation you're having, or is it still one game at a time?
No, we can't look too far ahead. You said that the table is so tight. Even Delhi, who are on the bottom of the table, can still get up and make the playoffs. I don't think I've ever been involved in a tournament where this table is so tight. So it would be so dangerous to start looking ahead and start thinking about a final finishing position. Because if you take your eye off what are the important things, which is playing this game tomorrow against Delhi really well, then we'll get ourselves into trouble. So it's not even been a topic of conversation at all. Obviously, we're dreaming about it and hoping, but there's a lot of hard work to be done before we can even think about even making the playoffs.
Could you give an update on Ben Stokes and Santner? Are you looking to play them?
Ben Stokes has been training really well, so I'm pretty sure he's available for selection. It just comes down to the balance of the squad. Obviously, we've been playing in sort of spinning conditions, and so I think that they've decided to go for the extra spin bowling option rather than Ben Stokes as a all-rounder who can bowl seam as well. But I just know that he's been training really well. I think he's passed ticked all the boxes as far as being available for selection, and then it just comes down to the balance of the team. As Mitch Santner, he's also ready to go. Obviously, the opportunities he got, he performed really, really well. It's sort of just hard again to get the balance of the team right with the overseas players when you've got someone like Jadeja there, who's going to play a similar role. It's hard to find the right balance to get both of them playing. So unfortunately, he just can't quite get an opportunity at the moment. But if there was something that happens and we need him to come in, then we've got a top class player ready to come in.
Last two.
Mike, you spoke about Devon. Ruturaj is someone who, on the other hand, who likes to accumulate the big runs, whether it's domestic cricket or CSK. This season, after the first game where he scored some 90 odd runs, he's not been able to get the big scores. So, in that context, what has been his role in this batting lineup, and given the kind of dismissals he has had, what are the kind of conversations?
Yeah, so for me, the focus isn't so much on the end result. It's about how he goes about it. And I'm actually been really happy with the way he's been batting. He's batting beautifully. His balance is great. Our conversations, again, have been around his mindset. And he's been very clear about how he wants to play. And I feel as though he's timing the ball beautifully. Cricket can be a frustrating game sometimes where you get off to that really good start and you just find different ways to get out. I don't think there's been a consistent trend in his dismissals. So that's why I'm not really that concerned. I feel as though there's a big score literally just around the corner for Ruturaj with the way he's batting. He's batting really well. I'm sure he'll be a little bit frustrated as well about not being able to go on and get the big score, but the way he's batting and the way he's hitting the ball gives me a lot of confidence moving forward.
You spoke about talking to the players, letting them know what role they are going to play. So could you please tell us what was told to Rahane regarding the role that he was supposed to play within the team? And in general about his batsmanship, your thoughts on his batsmanship this season?
It's a good word. Batsmanship skills. I think he gets an A+ in that department. Such a quality player. You know, just love the way his stroke play all around the ground has been superb. I think the conversations are more just been around just freeing him up. You know, I know in the past he's probably played that role of anchor for many teams that he's played for, but we've tried to take that tag away from him and sort of say, no, you're not an anchor. We don't need you to be an anchor. We want you to go out and just play freely, be clear, see the ball, hit the ball, and I think he's enjoying that, because there's a bit more freedom just to go out there and really just play his natural way, and he's played some wonderful innings for us. He still gets frustrated that he wants to be there at the end to hit the winning runs, which is brilliant. Obviously, we'd love him to, but to be a match winner, he's already playing match-winning innings for us, scoring 70 odd off 40 balls against KKR, I think, and 60 off 20 odd against Mumbai Indians. They're match-winning innings in themselves. Okay, it's not there; they'd be at the end to hit the winning runs, but he's setting the game up for us in the role that he's playing at the top of the order. So we've been over the moon with the role that he's played for us this year. He's been fantastic and fantastic for the group. I think his experience has been. That calming sort of influence around the team has been really good. He's been brilliant in the field as well. So he's been, in my view, I'm a bit biased, but he's been one of the signings of the season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.